It's week 3 for these Labradoodle puppies, and it's all ears, eyes, and action. In today's video, we are going to give you an update on the puppies from our Sky Gems litter. We're going to go through each of the puppies and let you know what their current weights are. You can see they've moved. We're going to talk about their move, and we're going to start talking about 2 important topics: socialization and toys. And we're also going to give you an update on Mama Labradoodle Kinsey. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and these are Kinsey and Cloud's puppies from the Sky Gems litter. And these puppies' eyes and ears are wide open, and just look at how vigorous and strong they are. These puppies were moving around like freight trains. They were already able to get out of their whelping box, so that was the signal that it was time to move and give them more space and let them start to explore the world more. So in their move, what we do is we just take them 2 by 2, and along with Kinsey, we put them in their new area. Now this is a big change for the puppies. As you can see, there's no more solid walls other than the one behind me here. Oh goodness, Kinsey, don't step on your babies. Oh no, Mummy's gone. Instead, what we have is this X-pen, so everything is wide open for the puppies. They can now see everything that's going on around them and feel a little bit more like they are part of the bigger picture. And the reason for this being the way we have it set up now is because this is what we want to have with these puppies at this time. We want them to start seeing life around them. We want them to start hearing new sounds, and we want them to be experiencing things that are different every day. We don't want them to be protected, if you will. At the same time, we do not do this in the middle of our house. And that's because these puppies are still very young. They're just developing all of their tolerances. And so it's important you don't overwhelm them and have them become where they're either immune to what's happening and insensitive, or they are experiencing stress. And we also want to ensure that the puppies are well able to have a really good and thorough sleep every day, and multiple times during the day, because they still do sleep a lot of the day. And so they can't do that if they're in the middle of the hustle and bustle of regular everyday life as it goes on in the main part of the house. So that's why we want to have them in an area where we can control their environment. We can decide if it's the right time for them to be listening to things, being exposed to things, or if it's a period of time when they need to have some quiet and settle down and rest. And as you just saw Yellow there take a tumble off of me, this is another thing they're experiencing. They're starting to develop their coordination, and look, you'll see they're starting to play. You can see Red Collar there initiating some play. Now most of the play right now involves falling over quite a bit, and because they don't have too much coordination. Now also, we'll just start talking about going to the bathroom because Yellow Collar just peed on the pee pad over there. Hello, Burgundy, are you talking? Are you talking to me? Voices are being heard now too. We have lots of little growls and barks, which are adorable. So we have pee pads wall to wall in here. And as you can see, I'm sitting in a bed, and there's also a crate here. So we do this at the beginning so the puppies can choose whether they want to just have the ease of going in this nice old falling apart soft bed, or if they would prefer to take the challenge of this step here and get into the crate. And I can tell you that Blue Collar absolutely loves to sleep in the crate. He's often in there all by himself. And then we still have the bricks because we need to keep the pee pads in place. And if we didn't have the bricks, everything would just be falling all over the place, and the puppies would possibly go on the floor. We would prefer them not to be on the floor just because it's a bit cooler. Underneath the pee pads, we have several layers of blankets and towels so that when they're sleeping here, it's still cozy warm for them. So we have the pee pads everywhere because it's too young for them to be able to figure out that this is the spot where they go to the bathroom. But what we're working on here is that where we sleep on our bed or in our crate, this is not where we go to the bathroom. Where we go to the bathroom is removed from there. And you can see where Yellow Collar chose to go is quite a long ways, if you're a puppy, from where you're sleeping. So that's what we're really working on at this point in time, is just getting used to the different environment, learning how to negotiate these various physical challenges, and starting to play with one another. So now this is all part of desensitization, and desensitization is really the foundation of socialization. What socialization is not taking your puppy to meet 100 different people or 100 different dogs in some prescribed time period. Socialization is having your puppy become accustomed to new and different things in a confident and accepting manner. So it's really all about making sure everything is positive and that things are not introduced too much or too frequently. That's why it's so important they have their time to rest and to rest thoroughly. So right now, what are we introducing them to? Well, first of all, the first things they got used to in the last few days is just people and other dogs walking by. The sounds of meals being prepared in here for the dogs, dishes being picked up, the dogs careening in and out as they get excited, because now we've opted to take the dogs out in the morning through past the puppies and out the doggy door. And the reason for this is so that the puppies are exposed every morning or other times during the day to lots of adult dogs going and Ripple always brings in her ball, and usually there's some ball sounds. We'll play a bit of ball in here, and they also hear the dogs eating, all the dishes banging together, lots of different things. We also have the dog's TV in here, and so we play the TV for them. Right now we're not playing anything specific, just so they get used to different types of sounds. So on Sunday, for instance, they listened to football. They watched 3 football games at different volumes, and we made sure each time that the volume level was comfortable for them. So we start off low and work it up higher. Sporting events are great for puppy socialization because there's lots of talking like I'm doing right now, and then there's yay, wow, whoa, whoa, and the announcer will say, oh, did you see that? Oh my goodness. And it's something quite different in tone. And you see how they all just stop for a minute and we're like, wait a minute, what's that? They're not fully engaging yet, they're too little, but they're aware of when there's different sounds and different things happening. And that's what we're working on when we first move them into the Doodle Den. Now this is when we start to introduce toys. Now I have several toys here that we're going to introduce them. And toys we think of as people as being, oh, those are toys, something special we give our kids. Toys for puppies are critical. They are very important for their development. They're important for socialization. They're hugely important for teaching bite control or bite inhibition, if you will. All these things play an important role. Having the right toys at the right time is key to having a lovely, calm, relaxed puppy. So when you get your puppy starter kit, for instance, and your puppy goes home with you, the toys will all be specifically curated for your puppy, because this puppy may like to chew, this puppy may like to chase a ball, and this puppy may like to have a cuddle snuffy. What's he doing over there? Did you get lost? No, hey, we're right over here. Everything okay? Now the puppies are starting to go to the bathroom on their own too now. Kinsey is still cleaning up after them, but they are able to go to the bathroom independently, which is another milestone for them at 3 weeks. Hello, are you talking to me, Mr. Blue? And this is what we're looking for. Puppies asking to engage. So this was Mr. Blue here, just down there, asking to engage with me, asking to be picked up, asking to be held, and in a really positive way, not by whining, just by going, hey, it's me, pay attention, I'm over here. So let's see what toys are important for puppies at week 3, going into week 4. The first one is a human baby toy. This has a little, now Kinsey's gonna come and try and take them all. This has a little thing on it so we can hang it up if we want to. But what this is just a rattle. It's hard, part of it moves, things do things. This is here just because when they walk on it or they move it, it's going to make a sound. It's also probably going to make them lose their footing. So all sorts of unexpected things are going to happen. And that's what we want. That's the key. This is a braided tug rope. Now this is made from fleece. This is all human quality fleece. There's no chemicals, no flame retardants. This is made out of the same fabric that we use to make all of our beds. Most dog beds are full of polyfill, which is full of all sorts of things that are not good for our dogs, flame retardants, chemical dyes, and so on and so forth. This we use right now because it's super soft and malleable. The puppies don't have their teeth yet, but they're starting to come through and they are using their mouths. This gives them something really easy and it gives them all sorts of mental satisfaction because they're like, yeah, I can start that chewing thing for relief from teething. It's not hard, like they can't chew the rattle toy because it's hard plastic. There's no way they can chew that. And this only goes with infants, obviously, because once puppies have teeth, they'd be able to take this apart. And we certainly don't want them eating that. So this is absolutely ideal. It's also big enough that 2 of them can be on it. If they want, they can even start learning how to do some tug. Probably not going to happen yet. And they may use it as something just to rest their heads on. Mr. Elephant here, he's a big floppy guy, and he's got some crinkle. Crinkle is important. It stimulates and interests the puppies, and it also, again, is a new sound and something slightly surprising. Mr. Elephant also has a squeaker that is dead in it, and that's intentional. I don't want them having squeakers yet because that is, oh, it does go a little bit. You have to really work at it. But basically this isn't going to squeak for a puppy. That's a high-pitched sound that can be a little bit too scary at week 3. Week 4, we'll have squeakers. Right now I just really want them to have all the crinkle there. Again, soft, small, easy to get little teeth into, easy to play with if you're small and don't have all your coordination yet. And then last we have Mr. Teddy here. Mr. Teddy from 2020. So he's 4 years old and I don't know how many litters he's gone through and how many thousands of washings he's had, but he's still in great shape. He is just here to introduce something bigger than the puppies that's different. They're going to look at this and think of this as a creature. And so we put him in the corner here, or her, I'm not sure if he's a he. Just on the brick is usually where I do it to start with, just to get them accustomed to having something different in with them other than just me, because they know me, so I'm not a big surprise. But there he is. And then what we'll do is later in the day, I'll come and I'll put him down farther and you'll end up seeing the puppies will cuddle up with him. And that's another thing I'm wanting to do here. That's fostering their ability to form a relationship with somebody or something new. That's important when the puppies go home to you, because you want to have a puppy who is willing and able to foster a relationship with you. And this is step 1. So you can see they're already, well, the ones that are awake, Mr. Blue has decided that this is a good place to sleep. We're already doing some interaction with the toys here. I waited to introduce them to them until we were doing the video so you could see their responses. Now, how they interact with the toys and how frequently and how they respond to them is all part of our assessment process when we're writing up what we think of the puppies. So Mr. Silver here is being very adventuresome and doing quite a lot of investigating of what's going on here. And see, here we go, nudging around. This is exactly what I want to see. This is the ideal response. We're curious, we're not afraid, and we're putting our body in there and going, oh, well, that's boring right now. Oh, what's over here? Who's this? And also you can see they're starting to look at the blanket that's in behind the X pen there, because they can see that big bold pattern. Now, puppies can't see orange, and there is some orange in there, but they can see that white. So really what they're seeing there is a big white blob against a dark background. And then, oh, here's this other funny thing. And see how they just accidentally step in it, makes a sound, and now we're back over investigating Mr. Elephant here. So these toys will stay in here with them for about 3 days. After 3 days, they'll come out and they will be replaced with something different, because we want them to be continually exposed to something different. If we ever see that we put something in and they're afraid of it, let's say we had a really big, we do have Mr. Monkey. I don't think he's in here right now, but he is a bigger monkey. And if we had put him in and they were, ooh, I'm not too sure, we wouldn't leave him in there. That is the most important part of socialization. If your puppy is telling you, I'm not sure, it's too soon to expose your puppy to whatever that may be. When you go to puppy kindergarten class, one of the things you'll do is you will have the people dressed up in different things. They'll be wearing hats, maybe beards. They'll be carrying something big. And sometimes puppies aren't ready for that. Sometimes they think, oh, that's cool. Sometimes they don't. It doesn't mean your puppy is shy or your puppy is bold. It doesn't mean anything other than, yes, your puppy's ready for that experience, or no, your puppy is not ready for that experience. So that is your job, is to watch, observe, understand, and know your puppy and know what does and doesn't work for them. Because it isn't right or wrong, they aren't quick or slow, it's just what's going on for your puppy. Now you'll see them all curled up here having a good nap, and that's because they were nursing, and as soon as their tummies are full, they tend to sleep. And Mr. Blue is the one who always chooses something slightly different. He either sleeps on me or he goes in the crate. The other ones are not going in the crate, not that often yet. That doesn't mean they're not going to like their crate. It means nothing of the kind. It just means they're more comfortable out here, and Mr. Blue right now is independent enough that he feels confident to try something different. He actually seems to like to be a little bit separate from the rest of the group. So now let's go through the puppies and let's do an update on their weights. Everybody is over 1 kilogram now. And the biggest puppy in the litter is Mint Collar, and the smallest puppy in the litter is Red Collar. So we'll do them in birth order, starting with Miss Pink, who's right here. Hi, Miss Pinky. Hi, sweetheart. It's hard to believe that it was only 3 weeks ago and Miss Pink weighed 245 grams, and today she's 1.07 kilograms. Isn't it incredible how fast they grow? And that's one of the things to always keep in mind about a puppy. In 8 weeks, they go from completely helpless to ready to go home with you. Now we'll see everybody's eyes today. Pink is showing you her pretty eyes. They are blue like everybody's, but because she's got the black around her face, they read as black. And you'll see she can hear, and already she's showing me such beautiful eye contact. Beautiful eye contact, yes. She's looking at me and paying attention to me. And so when she does look at me, the first thing I do is change my voice a bit, and I'll start doing this with my head, This is what we want, is a nice soft shape. I won't look directly in her eyes the whole time because that's a sign of aggression for dogs. But I'll look just past her and then back to her and over, and then I'll see if she'll let me kiss her. If she doesn't want to be kissed, I won't. I touch noses. I say touch noses. Oh no. Oh, she says your nose smells bad. I don't want to touch noses with you. And then I'll just bring up to the side of her face and see how she didn't like that. And see, she's going to yawn, and that's not because she's tired. That's a stress response. I just stressed her by doing that. So instead, I'm going to just touch her with my hand on this side. See, she's still having a little stress response there. And we just wanted to get her calmed down about that. So we'll just put her up here, give her a little hug, give her a second to get used to the whole idea. And make sure that she's comfy with it before I put her back down, because I don't ever want to interact with them and have something be unpleasant and leave them with that experience. There, she's still giving me a yawn, but she's not moving her head now. And that's all I'm going to ask of her. I'm also not going to do it over and over and over, because that also can be problematic. So that's Miss Pinky. Next we have Red Collar, our little tiny puppy. And I got to find Red Collar here. This is not red. I don't know them all off by heart yet. I know you're burgundy. Where is red? So usually when I'm interacting with them, I'm not looking at their collar color specifically unless I'm writing something down. All right, where's Red Collar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're all here. There you are. I was right the first time. I thought it was you, but I thought I had made a mistake. Yeah, and I put you back down. Here's Red Collar Girl, little chocolate phantom. She's our little tiny girl, and she is 1.06. And she too, you can see immediately as soon as she's up here, she's looking at me, and she doesn't worry about kisses at all. She said, oh, that's totally fine to have a kiss. Thanks, Mom. And you can see her pretty blue eyes. And she's just going to keep turning her head closer and closer to me, because that's where she's finding her comfort. And that is what we love. We love to have puppies who find their comfort and have a genuine interest in interacting with people. So that's wonderful to see. And there we can go and give her your snuggles. Oh, and I get a little kiss back. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Oh, that's so nice. What a sweetie pie you are. I love you. That's Miss Red Collar. Next we go to Yellow. Yellow, our big bruiser at 1.41 kilograms. And he's just having a snooze here. He's our pretty black puppy. Oh, I love these ebonies. And holy cow, you are a heavy boy. There we go again. See, immediately we're looking to the sound. We're looking to find who it is, where it is, process that information, and go, oh yeah, it's you, the one who's always talking to us. Right. And can I have a kiss? Oh, a nice little kiss. Thank you. Good kisses. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, you I put my nose right in your mouth, and there's a kiss. Oh, what a good boy. Yes. Oh, that's a good boy. So these are the kinds of things that we do multiple times during the day. And now his yawn there was not a stress yawn. That was just because he was tired. How do I know? It's because I'm holding them, and I can feel if their bodies are soft and pliant, or if they're stiffening up and they're getting a little bit concerned. He's just all soft and kissy and cushy, got all that big kisses. Also, the puppies have had their claws clipped. We have been doing that regularly every couple of days. And the reason we do that is because we don't want them to scratch on Kinsey's milk bar, because if you get a scratch, it's very easy then for bacteria to get in. So that can lead to mastitis, so that's a problem. Next we have Blue here, who's having a little nap and very comfortable. Mr. Blue is a very personable puppy. He loves to be picked up, and he loves to be cuddled. That's his favorite thing, and he just melts right into my hands like this, where he's like, oh yeah, pet me, touch me, pay attention, kiss me, I don't care, do whatever you want, just don't go away, just love me, love me, love me. Yes, and I love you back with all sorts of kisses. Oh, yes, I love you. Mr. Blue is at 1.11 kilograms. Oh, you got all the ones going on. Yeah, it's still a tiny guy. Thank you for all those kisses. Oh my goodness, my nose is very clean now. One thing to remember when you have a puppy who kisses you, you want to make sure you don't have anything on your face or your hands, wherever they're licking you, that could be toxic to your puppy. So I always ensure that the moisturizer that I use is all organic. It doesn't have any alcohol in it, la-di-la-di-la. Same with the hand lotion, nothing that's got a whole lot of perfume or anything in it, because you don't want them to be licking anything that's potentially going to make them not feel very well. Excuse me, I just need to look at my numbers here. And next we have Mr. Burgundy, who's right here. This is our pretty chocolate sable puppy. Come here, Burgundy. This is not too tired. Burgundy's 1.26 kilograms. Another beautifully well put together puppy. See, again, we've got right away, the eyes are coming over, trying to find the voice, looking to see what's going on. Hi, how are you? Big, beautiful blue eyes. And now I'm going to close them because I'm just so tired. This puppy's super laid back, just the type of, oh, okay, he's on island time. Kinsey's upset because Sahani is in here and she has a chew stick and Kinsey doesn't have one. Kinsey's just crazy about chew sticks and showing us her usual amount of FOMO. Whatever you have, I want. And so Mr. Burgundy here, I could do anything with him. I could turn him upside down, and we'll just show you what happens when we do that, because this is something we do all the time. And he's like, oh yeah, I don't care. Sure, just there, that's fine. He's just opening his eyes to check and make sure that it's me. Gets a little tummy rub, we do a little rock. Again, we always are making sure that all our experiences with the puppies are ones that they find positive, because that's how we teach puppies that people are really good things. Next we have Mint, the bruiser in the litter, at 1.38 kilograms. And Mr. Mint is over here. Come here, sweetie pie, also a chocolate sable. Oh, a little bit of a protest there at being woken up, right? Oh, yeah, a little bit of, what are you doing, Mom? How come you woke me up? And see, we got right away, he's going for the kiss. So they all know when I come in and see them and they get picked up that they get a kiss. They always get a kiss. It doesn't matter if it's me or if it's Reynold. That's what's happening all the time, is they're getting picked up and they're getting such a snuggles and love. Even when we put them on the scale to weigh them, which sometimes they find a little bit stressful because it's a bit slippery, they always get a little snuggle and love, and that's their favorite thing in the whole wide world. Next to your Mommy Kinsey, right? Mommy Kinsey's still #1. Yes, he is. That's a good boy, Mr. Mint. And then last but not least, at 1.13 kilograms, we have Silver Collar. Where are you, Silver? Here you are. Another chocolate sable. Hello, baby. This is another little cuddle bug. This one, as you can see, always puts his head in right away. He's always looking for support in terms of his cuddle support. I mean, not that he needs support for anything else. He's just a doll when it comes to love, aren't you? Mr. Silver, I think, was the first one who barked. Is that right, Reynold? Do you remember? Was it Mr. Silver? I think so. I think he was the first one who started talking to us when he was still back in the maternity room. And I think he was trying to tell us that, excuse me, I need some more space to rock and roll around here. So that's Mr. Silver, our little cuddle bug. And just to finish off, I'm just going to pick up Miss Pink again, just because I want to make sure that we're doing all right here and that she's not finding any of this stressful, that she feels comfortable with the whole thing. There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, there we go. There, that's good. So what we did before has worked, and now she says, oh yeah, I just love this. So that's how we want to end up our time with our puppies. Sometimes it's very important to understand when to take a break and let them be on their own, and then come back to whatever it was that was causing them any upset. and then end on a positive note. Sometimes you might have to do that 5 times, and it may take, you know, a significant amount of time, but there's nothing wrong with, say you had an unfortunate experience, let's say she was still going, oh, don't touch me. There's nothing wrong with waiting an hour or 2 and coming back and then repeating it, and just giving the puppy some time to collect themselves. Sometimes when we pick them up when they've been sleeping, we're just interrupting their sleep, and they're just like, wait a minute, I have to get my thoughts together here. They're still babies after all. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. We'd love it if you drop us some comments. Questions, please feel free to ask. For families, you'll be getting your educational video. There'll be 2 of them this week, all about socialization. And we'll be talking about socialization and desensitization from here on out, because socializing your puppy properly is just as important as vaccinating your puppy against parvo. It is really the most important thing you can do for your puppy. The #1 reason that puppies are surrendered either back to their breeder, or if you don't have a professional breeder, to a shelter, is because of some sort of behavioral issue. Yes, the basic DNA of the dogs and the breeding of the dogs contributes to them being well-behaved, well-adjusted puppies. But also it is up to us for the first 8 weeks, and then you for the rest of the life of your dog, to ensure that they're always comfortable in our world. Because we have to remember, this is not a dog's world we're asking them to live in. We're asking them to live in a human world. And just like we saw with Pink, in dog world, nobody gets picked up. So we're asking her right away, we're asking them, come into the human world. We're going to pick you up. We're going to cuddle you. We're going to kiss you. Whereas in dog world, those things don't happen quite like that. So just something to keep in mind. And we hope you'll join us again next week when we have our week 4 update. Thanks so much for watching.